Hey, good morning to everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. Andy Nichols here from Two Legs, back in the Sunday Spotlight Show here with the usual Sunday fam hanging out. If you didn't already know by now, I've scaled these back to doing them every other Sunday. It's just a little bit more fun that way, to plan it out, take a breath, relax, enjoy life a little bit, and then come back on a Sunday and chat with you all. So it's good to be back here again and seeing the usual Sunday fam regulars that are always here. Christian, James Martinez, going to see you in a couple of days. Hello, Jeffrey. Hello, Lynn. Caitlin Larkin. Hello. You're going to Nashville. Yes, you pulled the trigger. Thank God you did. She's going to Nashville, gang. We're gonna elbow her. We're gonna help her out. Wish you were coming to Chicago, Caitlin. I really do. Our son down under. It's in the middle of the night from Monday for him, but he's awake. And thank you for being here, Boyo. Tony D. Hello. That's all right, brother. That's what replay's for. You can watch it whenever you want. I know you can't engage with the live stuff, but you can watch it later. And we'll see you in Chicago too. Susan Gagney. Hello. Glad that you're here. This is your first Sunday in a long time. And we're so glad that you're back on the mend and feeling better and, happy to have you here today. And I'm sure you'll share copyright news with us today. Yes, you will. Speaking of the MVP, come say hello to everybody real quick. Christian, hello. Here she is.
Good morning, everybody.
The MVP. We're getting ready for Chicago, right?
Oh, can't wait. 2 more sleeps, as I like to say.
That's right. You made it. Hi. Hello, mother.
Hi, Fran. Yeah, somebody said, I think it was James, said he likes your shirt.
Yes. Collared shirt. Influencer. You are an influencer, James Martinez. You are.
It's a really nice shirt, too.
It is. Awesome. It is. But yeah. Hello, Ted. Yes. Mom made it. That's right. All connected.
That's it.
All connected. The one and only MVP. Yes.
Oh, thanks, James.
That's right. Hello, Steve. You just started, man. You just made it.
Yes.
You just made it.
Andy pushed it back from 10:30. 11:30. 11:45.
No, 10:30 is where Tony and Kim are right now in Chicago.
True, where we're going to be in 2 days.
That's right. Three.
What's today?
Sunday.
3 days. I'm all over the place. Who's going to Chicago?
Hi, Dad. You made it back. I'm glad you guys are here. You guys have plans today, but you're here for the live show. I'm glad that you guys can be here for that. Hello, Brad. Yes, indeed. So we have a couple. We're bringing a couple shirts.
Yes.
We'll have buttons. So if you're coming to Chicago and you don't have any Two Legs stuff, see the MVP.
Yeah, tons of buttons.
Limited shirts, but we're gonna bring white and black. We'll bring them. So if you don't have any, come find us and we'll hook you up.
Have the backpack.
That's it.
Have a good show. Enjoy.
Thank you, dear.
I'll be watching and listening in the other room.
See you later. Lynette, hello. Thanks for being here today. Got a lot to go over. We got this will be the last live before the fest, of course. And I'll be going over our schedule, our two-leg show. The fest schedule is out now. And there was one schedule, then it was revised and posted, but it's all good now. And I'll go over all that in a little bit. I'm going to have a little flyer posted later of where I'll be between the panels. Joe Mantaneo. Hey, brother. Put the link in the comments, James. You need a shirt. Oh, you want a two-leg shirt. Lynette, we'll send you one. Just send us an email and or DM us or just email us at twolegspodcast@gmail.com and we will get you one. You're sporting some nice. Well, where you been, man? Where you been? Yes, the Macca stuff has been growing. The latest edition was this Manchester poster here as well. Yeah, it's all Paul all the time here in Two Leg Studio East. Yeah, it's a good one. And Paul is on the back. I'll just spin around real quick, see. So he's on the back, and they're not that expensive. You can get them. They just take about 3 weeks to get here because they come from the slow boat, you know. But they do take. But they are nice. You come, you get them. They come like in that bag. You got to just kind of take it out of the bag, throw it in the wash because you don't know where it was, and you just do it. Garb. Oh yes. Oh yeah. Well, that is all Mr. Martinez, because we would do these listening parties on our Discord, and he'd be rocking these awesome shirts. I'm like, where did you get these? Link, buy, and I have about 10 of them now. I have so many of them. I want to get every one of them. No dryer. No. Well, this I wouldn't put in the dryer, but the other ones are okay. I got a sweet London Town one I'm going to pack. It's like, how many shirts do we bring to Chicago? It's like, how many costume changes are we going to have to show our shirts off? But we will. We absolutely will. Considering joining. Oh, okay. Well, you brought it up, so I'll go there. I am going to Las Vegas now. I said I was done, just like Michael in 3. Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in. I'm going to show number 5. Yes, in Vegas on the 2nd of October. I am there. Hot Sound. I will be there. My partner in crime, Tom Hunyadi, will be there too, as well. And Joan Borelli, also a friend of the show. You broke it. That's fine. No better person. I would have rather broke the news. Yes. But yes, come to Vegas. It's show number 2 of the tour. So like when we bought the tickets, we started going out with like, okay, Montreal. And I was just telling the MVP yesterday, like I've worked backwards. Montreal's good. Let's go to another show. And we chose Nashville. Then that wasn't good enough. I decided to do Tulsa. And then I'm like, oh, let me go to another show. Now I'm going to Vegas. So I will be there on the second night of the tour in Las Vegas at Allegiant Stadium. And it's a weekend show. And that's really why I was able to pull it off. I wasn't going to take any more time off of work to do that. But hey, listen, life is short. Buy the tickets. We can certainly arrange one. I will be getting into Vegas. The show is on a Saturday. I'll be in Vegas on Friday night, flying back on Sunday. Quick. But yeah, I'm really excited. It's an outdoor arena. Never been there. So it'll be, these last few shows of Paul have all been indoors. So that's going to be really cool. They pull me back in. Yes. Got to bring it, Paul, a 2-leg shot. We'll try. Well, we know enough people. We will try to do that. We tried that at the Bowery in February, but it didn't. Well, I think we left a button on the stage. Maybe somebody got it. It likely got binned. Whatever. Also want to give a quick shout out to Beatley Tone and Mrs. Beatley Tone, who are stateside right now in Chicago. So Beatley Tone is here. The other hand is now across the water and in America. Ted, is each Hot Sound package different? If I go to Vegas and Buffalo, will I get, meaning what? Like, no, the swag will be the same. So you're just going to get, and Joan could speak to this. You get, well, the poster is, that you'll get will be specific to the city, but the other merch will be the same. It'll likely be the same. I don't know if they're going to change things up from what they did in December, but it should all be the same now. You get the same bag. You'll get a nice, you'll get the lanyard. Yep. Good afternoon, sir. There's a friend of ours from the show who was on our listening party this past week. You'll know the set list. Yeah, I wish. There's now a Buc-ee's between Louisville and Nashville for everyone's travel information. Okay. Thank you, Brad. Catering might be different. Listen, Boyan knows. The MVP will be in Nashville, Montreal only. Yeah. But yeah, Vegas, Tulsa, then Nashville, and then we close it out with 2 shows in Montreal. So yeah, it's going to be some fun times ahead in the future. Ahead of that. I don't think the program will be I don't think the program will be different. Should be the same. That's going to be the same, I think, in every city. So, hello, Scott O'Rourke. We'll see you in a couple days' time as well in Chicago. In the news this week with Paul, we was back in Liverpool at the Lipper graduation. Look at him there. He attends the Lipper graduation every year. and hangs out and just goes. And I think there's a photo of them. Yeah, there he is sitting with the graduates. So awesome. Or these aren't the graduates. These are, I guess, the guests that were at the graduation. But listen, he loves going back to Liverpool. He really does. And we do too. A lot. Other Paul news this week, the Spinal Tap 2 trailer came out, which he will have a cameo in. I think Elton John, too. I did look at it briefly. So that'll be coming back as well. Christian says, no McCartney tickets here yet, but money has been saved, spent on endless box sets. Springsteen in June, Bowie in September, Lennon in October, and the Dylan bootleg. Which Dylan bootleg series do you think is next? And big props to the hand on the run, Kyle, who just saw Bob Dylan last night or 2 nights ago at the Outlaw Fest and put on a killer set list. Songs he hadn't played in a long time. The soundtrack. Okay. I was going to say, I wasn't sure if he was in the film. Tom had said maybe he was on the film. I watched the trailer. I didn't see him. We will be in Chicago on Wednesday. Elton, too. Elton, yeah. There you go. We started the Billy Joel doc the other night, about an hour into it. So really good. I was half awake when I watched it this morning. Maybe I'll watch it again. He does. I have to watch it. I have to see that again because I thought he was going to be in the film. The Billy Joel doc looks really good. I mean, we're only up to the part where he produced the Cold Spring Harbor album and Artie Ripp, who basically ripped them off and mastered the album at the wrong speed, which, of course, I have a copy of, an original copy of Cold Spring Harbor, where his voice sounds like a chipmunk. It's bad. But that's actually my favorite Billy Joel album is Cold Spring Harbor, the first one. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. I'll have to watch it again. So this is supposed to be with the early years. And they did that already, though. I thought that period's already been covered with the Whitmark demos and stuff like that. Hey, those Dylan box sets are big, and you're right. You got to figure out where to save and what to get for that. I mean, Bowie, I'm not as much into Bowie, but I think it's cool that all that stuff's coming out. Of course, the 1-to-1 box, which we know we should hear an announcement about that pretty soon. I would think maybe by the end of the month, because they will release that for John's birthday. So probably by the end of August, maybe 6 weeks lead time, we'll start hearing about that. Yeah. So I was telling the MVP that he didn't have any of his royalties at all until The Stranger. That guy Artie Ripp had a horrible, Billy, was really raked over the coals for a long time, and really starting with The Stranger, then kind of broke out of it. So, but I know my parents watched it. They said it was a fantastic documentary. It's long though. I think each episode is 2.5 hours, so it's really comprehensive. Yep. Hello, Mr. Byers. Hello. So, Fest. Let's talk Fest schedule. Do you think sometime in New York City will be included if it's rumored? I do. I think that will just be sandwiched in there and included and quietly released in there. Yes, 155 tracks from the And So It Goes soundtrack. Paul, take notice. Please take notice. Yes, there has been some cookies thrown out by Paul with Wings. I mean, this past week, there was an email went out and a new Wings timeline was released, of course, starting with McCartney and Ram, which is not Wings, but whatever. I just love how those albums get lumped in as Wings. But yes, we're starting to see little cookies and nuggets dropped here and there for Wings stuff. Celebrating, of course, their birthday in Scotland with those great pictures of all of them in their kind of early punk glory with Linda with the hair and everybody hanging out outside, just very rustic jamming and hanging out. Yeah, it has Wings origins, but it ain't Wings. I actually think it is kind of like a Wings album, but it's just funny how he lumps all that in there with it. Hopefully. Yeah, I saw the one little clip of Paul in the Billy doc, but it was cool. Yep. Congratulations. You're going to the final night in Chicago of the tour, which should be really fun. Maybe it'll be different. I think you're right. In order to tell them what you have to. Yep. And of course, Denny Sywell is the drummer on Ram who became into doing, he became part of Wings. So really is the beginning of that band with that album. So you have to include it. And if you're going to do Ram, you might as well stay McCartney was him and Linda, and then he built it into being 24th, 25th. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, sir. Too many dates, too many flights to keep track of. We are traveling a lot in the next 6 months. Chicago, shows, England in December, a lot. Yeah, that's such a, this is all for the Wings fans. It's not a Wings song. We'll see. Well, we know the book is coming. The book will be out on the 4th of November. So, and then we'll have to see if the doc that our friend Adrian Sinclair is involved with also drops. There's no firm time frame for that yet, but we have to wait and see when that comes out. I don't know when that will be. You would think that Paul will tie in the book and the film together to drop at the same time. I mean, that's just marketing 101. Why would you not book, movie, get it out there, get a doc out there, and just what kind of release does it get? Does it get limited theatrical? Is it just going on to Netflix or streaming? It would be nice if there would be, something like the 1-to-1 where it was just out a little bit. No, that's just Friends, not Maca related. We're just going back to England to spend more time in Liverpool and London because we were so hard pressed for time last December. It was literally bang, bang, hang out, not much time, 2 shows, and then back home. Now we're going to go for about 8 days. So we're going to do 4 in Liverpool and then make our way south to London and meet up with Tony and Kim. Yes, our buddy, Jeremy Porteralla, Fest legend and icon, will be on a panel this year. And that is it's the one reevaluate or giving Ringo, reappraising Ringo, something like that too. So that'll be awesome. And Jeremy he goes for the whole week. He's actually going to be there tomorrow, and he just locks it down. Like he is like Hyatt Fest royalty. He can do whatever he wants. He's the best, and I cannot wait to see him again. And he's just such a good dude to hang out with. Congrats to you, Scott. Which one is that? I think, is that the same one? Please, God, no archives this year. I can't give any more money because I don't have it to give. You'll find it. If anybody can find it, boy, and you will. I think the Wings doc and release is where my money is going. I'm hoping for a Wings anthology. Release Waterspout. Oh, you just said it. Affirm it, baby. Affirm. It's a church. It's a religion. Yes, Ringo's working on another album with T-Bone in Beatle news. Even though we're our Paul channel. Yes, another album. It's going to be hard to look up, though. I think that is one Ringo album I've actually can listen to the most, start to finish, hands down. Yes, it is. King of Broken Hearts. Great track on that album. Absolutely. He certainly does. And we'll be there. Yes. Where are we going? City, flight, hotel, what? We had to. We had to do it. Okay, yes. We will bring that. We'll bring it to the fest, Scott. There you go. For sure. Let's talk schedules. So the 2 legs, me and Tom, will be Saturday at 1:30 in the Tell Me What You See room, which is like the smaller room off to the side. Usually there's a big easel and a sign and tells you what's going out there. That's Saturday at 1:30. And that's Chaos and Creation in the Backyard, 20 years on, a look back and a retrospective. So we're looking forward to presenting that. That's going to be fantastic. We got 1 hour to do a presentation on Chaos. I've got a lovely presentation that's got loads of audio and video clips in it to present and kind of contextualize the album and some rare clips that you actually kind of forgot about. So I'm really excited to present that, and it'll be recorded and it'll go up as a proper 2 legs episode too, with the actual presentation like edited into the video. You won't have to watch the video and then like watch the screen like from the on the recording. I'm going to cut it in so it looks better when you actually watch it as a video. So that just might need some time to produce that. So, but that'll be up as our next episode. Saturday at 5:15 is the Historians panel the 24-25 releases in the Beatles canon. That's in the main room, the paperback writer discussion room. That's at Saturday at 5:15. Saturday at 5:30 is the collector's panel. So that's also back in that smaller Tell Me What You See room. That's a conflict. So I got to talk to the powers that be and see if that's going to either get rescheduled or and myself and the hand on the run are on both of those. So we might divide and conquer. He might stay on one. I might go on the other one. I'm not sure. So that's Saturday at 5:30. Sunday, 12:30. Tell Me What You See room. Hands Across the Water. My show with Kyle and Beatley Tone is a panel called Beatle Myths Debunked. So that'll be like an hour discussion of like classic Beatle myths, some rare ones that you might not have heard about or forgotten about. And we just kick it around. Very casual conversation, very fun. Hoping with a lot of audience interaction with that one. And that'll just be the three of us. And really excited to make our debut at a fest with Hands Across the Water because Beatley Tone is here. And that's just going to be so fantastic that he's here to do that with him. And then Sunday, 4:30, back in the main discussion room, the paperback writer is the classic multi-generational Beatles fans panel, which I'll be on there with Kyle as well, too. Actually, no, because I think Kyle's heading out by then. So actually might be Beatley Tone will join me for that one, too, as well, because I think the hand is going to be heading back home by that point. But he was going to be on that. So that is 5 panels. And I'm going to I'll have a flyer later posted on our socials that you can see where everything's at. But those of you who are going to be there, thank you for the support that you've come to, whether it's Chicago or New York or New Jersey over the years. The panel discussion rooms where we get our slot is just, we've started out small and it always ends up being a wonderful conversation with either just you guys or when I've been on with Alan Kozin or we've had Sinclair. It's always been a lovely time and the attendance has been better every time. So really, thank you guys so much for coming and supporting us when we go to these things, because we're all there for the same reason, the love of the music. And that's kind of what I want to kind of emphasize when I do the presentation as well. We're here for the music. We're not here for anything else. We're here for the music, to share in the love of the music that the Beatles themselves and, on their own give us. That's it. There's no strings attached. It's the love of the music, and we're here to share it and experience it together with everybody. That's it. And that's never going to stop. Yes, we will. I don't know if we could top the one we did in Jersey City, MVP, because that was a party. 20 people rocking out to Two Legs. Listen, if you have the shirts, we will do that. We will figure out a time to hang with the Two Legs, Hands Across the Water fam. Probably maybe Saturday night or something like that, because it looks like we're done. We're done with panels and stuff at 5:30. So we will probably just be walking around, hanging in the lobby, sitting, listening to music, going back and forth between the main ballroom and the bands. And really, that's the best part about the whole thing, really, is just hanging with you guys. The dealers buying stuff, I'll take a quick look and be done with it, because the dealers in Chicago aren't usually what they are in New York. And by this point in time, I'm kind of very selective about what I want to get. And they're not going to have anything that I want. In the 4 years I've gone back to Chicago, the fest, I've gotten one gem, and that was the temporary Secretary 12-inch that I got, I think, in 2022. That was a cool find. New York, you tend to do a little bit better in New York. So, yeah, it is. It absolutely is, and I wish you were coming with us. Yeah. Yep. Pack it, and we'll rock them at the lobby party. Yeah. Well, we can do that in Nashville, Caitlin, and we'll coordinate our timetables, because we will have a few days in Nashville, so maybe we can hang either before the show or maybe after the show in that small venue of the Pinnacle, 4,500 people. That was a stroke of luck getting that. And thanks to Joan, because she got into that line and was like, I'm in. I said, okay, Joan, here's my credit card. Go get 2, please. And we got him. And our son, Boyan, I give him so much credit, because this kid is coming from Australia and he's like, I want to go see Paul in Nashville. Like that was the one thing he wanted for, and he got it. So I am just so happy for him. I mean, that is just awesome to live in Australia, and you're going to make this commitment to travel and see Paul. Damn. What a gem. Yes. And I think that actually, I heard through the grapevine that is confirmed. but there's no dates yet. So from what I heard, that is going to happen. Just there's no date yet. It's like football jerseys, right? There's the home jersey and there's the away jersey. Maybe since we're in Chicago, we'll wear the white ones because we're on the road. Maybe we'll do that. Hell, we'll bring them all anyway. Bring them all, like Paul sings. The Playhouse. Hello, Paul. Good morning. Good afternoon to you, sir. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for being here on Sunday for the show. Also, Beatles people, I'm sure you saw this. Tempting, but I think I'm going to resist. We talked about this in our little WhatsApp fam chat here. It's easier. Yeah. Well, because Caitlin's in Florida, New York. You can come on up. Yeah. And let's do something together next year, Caitlin, too. Let's put our heads together for a panel. Would love to do. I know I think we did Generational in Chicago 3 summers ago. But let's do like a hardcore, geeky, nerdy one on solo Beatles. Let's put our heads together on that. Let's do it. Absolutely. He gets all giddy thinking about Nashville. Yeah, we all tried the pre-sale and I somehow got them. Oh. Now get to the rail. Elbows out. Womack, our friend Ken Womack, is currently in England, wrapping up the end of his Fab Four Masterclass trip to England with Scott Fryman. So Ken is going to get back in time for the fest, but I think he's just going to be too knackered to get out there. So, and if you follow his stuff on social media, they've had a lovely trip to the UK and all the sites. I think they went to Hamburg. I saw pictures of them in Studio 2 at Abbey Road. So what a trip that must have been. One day, maybe we'll do that. But yeah, Womax and Janine, they were all there hanging out in Abbey Road, singing Let It Be. I saw videos on Facebook of that. That looked a lot of fun. Yeah, we should do that. Just our age group, right? We could do that for sure. You know? I think Joe Mantaneo asked it before I missed it. Am I going to go for a butcher? No, I am not. I am not going for a butcher cover. With all the Paul shows I'm going to, my merchandise will be limited to like a t-shirt, maybe. That's about it. I am not getting anything. No, absolutely not. Yeah, in the 90s, because that's the same period as us. Anthology, Beatles 1, Yellow Submarine song track 30th. Like, it's internet's just starting to take off. AOL chat room forums and rumors and everything else. That's how we got our news, I would love to do that. Not just that. I mean, the generational panel is great, right? But that runs the gamut from first generation to Gen Z. Let's just do one that just focuses on us. I'd love to do that. Yeah. All of that. And we talked about it when we were on that panel. That period was so important for people our age growing up, man. And to do it. Yes. He'll be there. Aaron Badgley, who's good buddies with my buddy Tom Hunyadi, will be there. He's got a panel of his own on his Dark Horse book. And he's a great guy. And he's really nice. And, Tom has a nice little chemistry with him when he jumps on Tom's lives every week. And they always have good chats. And he'll be there too. And he's a good dude. Really nice guy. Yes. That's what we did. There are no influencers at this. Yes. Yeah. Moshing. And there ain't no moshing in, man. And I'm hoping that in Nashville, it is GA on the floor, that we are respectful. We're just going to rock out and stand firm in our place. No pushing anybody in the back. Yes, we'll be front and center on the rail, following our leader, Joan Borelli, and she'll be like, look, this is where we're staying and we're not moving. But all the people that get in after us, Caitlin, who we want to help out and sneak her into the front somehow. I got to sleep on that. We got to figure it out. How long are they going to be waiting online? Because it's GA. Are you people going to get there like on Tuesday? I don't know. That's going to be crazy. It's almost worth it if you got the hot sound, because now you don't have to worry about GA. 3,000 people. Like, how is that going to be? Or you just wonder how are they going to barricade certain areas off? I don't know. But yeah, Caitlin, we will collaborate and think about something for 2026 in New York. We absolutely will. I would love to do that with you. James is not too far from Abbey Road and not too far from the Baker Street in Soho Square. We will. Start a heavy metal mosh pit to your mother should know. I dare you. Get the hell out of here. I dealt with that in February at the Bowery. Enough with these influencers who knew like 3 Beatles songs. Fuck out of my face. Spoke to Joe, and I'm hoping Hot Sound early entry has earlier entry that it's got to. It has to. Ted is in GA for Nashville, and so Ted will be in Nashville. So there's another 2 legs, which I knew that. I forgot about it. You'll be in Nashville, but he got GA. But no way is he standing in line for 2 days. I don't blame you. I waited 14 hours overnight in 2007 to see Paul at the Highline Ballroom. That was enough for a free show. I did that one time. It was great. But I'm not going to do it now. It'd be interesting to follow that as we get closer. And as I say, we were just in Nashville, and we didn't pass this place called the Pinnacle. We might have, but we saw the big place where the Thrashers play, but it's not going to be there. I'm like influencer, mosh pitting, like tall guy, like get out of my face. I'm like, I have eye contact with Paul here. Will you move, please? Hey, I've seen old people mosh to Live and Let Die from a Macca tribute band. I wonder what would happen with the real deal. Hey, but see, they'll do it respectfully, Caitlin. These guys in February were doing it just to be assholes and not being respectful of anybody else's space around them. Like not realizing you're shoving 2 people here. I mean, Joan took off. It sucked. So that's my only concern about Nashville. But the people that are going to Nashville and shelling out that kind of money for the floor, I think will be very respectful, excited, and exuberant Paul fans. I mean, Live and Let Die indoors, the fireworks. I mean, he's done it. I've seen him do it plenty indoors, but you wonder, will that set list be a little bit more of a truncated Bowery type show at the Pinnacle? Because he's got the launch, he's got the Nashville opening of his Eyes of the Storm book. So, which will happen the next day, or I think it's the day before. But that's happening around the same time. So we want, nothing, there's no details yet, but you have to wait and see what happens. No, not at all. I just can't see that. I can't see that song happening there. I really can't. Yeah, but we didn't, this guy did not mosh pit. Okay. I started going to concerts when I was 18. I saw Yes at the PNC Bank Arts Center. I didn't mosh pit. Didn't do it. No Live and Let Die. Just give me, come on, people. Now we'll take it. Now you're talking. You want to cut that out? Well, he loves Off the Ground, you see. That's why. Jeff says maybe they'll professionally film it, and when they cut to the crowd, 50% of the entire concert, I'll spot all the 2 Legs fan. That would be awesome. Look at him. You just got Hot Sound for Vegas. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, Ted. You only live once. Life is short. Buy the tickets. Am I an influencer now? Look at when you started, Heidi. Come on now. Awesome. That would be cool. Sally G in Nashville. Just play Sally G. Play Junior's Farm and Sally G. Junior's Farm has already got worked back in. We'll see. Yes, there's another friend of the show who we met up for the first time with in March in New York, New Jersey. Ryan Freed. Hello, sir. Play it. He's going to a couple Paul shows too. I think he's going to Denver and he's going to Buffalo. He's going to a couple shows. Congratulations to you as well. Ted, you got to tell me all about it, man. Tell me off air if you want. That is so awesome. Get your flights now. Book them. When was Ringo? The Bowery opened in February this year. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Hopefully more wings Well, that is a great point. Maybe he ties in a little more Wings material to say, look, I've got a new book, I've got a new documentary coming out. Let me give you like 5 Wings songs that haven't been played in a long time. Huh. That'll make the 5 shows that I'm going to all worth it. Not that it wouldn't be worth it anyway, but it'll be fantastic either way. But if he's going to promote the book and the documentary and tweak it up, ooh, that'll be fantastic. Sally G would be fun, but I was hoping for Blue Moon of Kentucky at his first. No, but that can sneak into sound checks every now and then. Blue Moon of Kentucky. That does work its way in to some sound checks over the years historically. So maybe we'll get it in a sound check. Once you do it once, you're going to want to do it again. That's it. Geez, you had to bring that in, didn't you? But it's true. This is it. Thank you. It's a religion. Well, I'd like to hear a temporary secretary because I missed that because I didn't go to the O2 with you guys. So I really like to hear. I haven't heard that song since 2016 or 17. So I'd love to hear temporary secretary again. For sure. Yeah. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you're gonna love it, dude. What about you, Boyan? I mean, and are you still working on your Montreal night one? Have you decided on that yet? I mean, we could talk off air, but I know you're still figuring that out. But maybe you just say sod that. I'll come to Vegas instead. Lordy, it's it's an exciting time. It really is. Joe Mantaneo, I want Paul to hear play Wings songs over covers like Blue Moon, although his version of Blue, it is. Oh, yes. Alligator would be fantastic. Yeah. And that was your first time. On my way to work, or Alligator from New would be great. I don't think we're going to get that. Uncle Arthur. Hello, sir. Yeah, I was. Well, I was tempted because it's Vegas. Joan and Tom were going, and it was a weekend. And I'll be honest, it was the only reason why I went, because I could make it work with my work schedule. I wasn't going to burn more days to travel. Saturday show, weekend, New York to Vegas, back, do it, and come on back. Why not? You mean Montreal? Okay, it is. Well, you'll be with us, so I mean, you'll be at the show. We just don't know where yet. Yeah, and I wanted to go to Vegas and see, all the shows I've seen in the last few months have been intimate. But now I can go, like, hopefully it's nice. It's Vegas. It's early October. It won't be too hot. Nice Vegas night. See Paul in a big football stadium. Yeah, see, we missed that. Yeah, that temporary would have been awesome. But you got to see that for night 3. Maybe we will. And I love in his promotion of the tour, he just talked about the Bowery as his after doing 3 nights at the Bowery, now we're going to continue. Yeah. He did On My Way to Work in Mexico and Spain last year, so fingers crossed. Also, he has done Find My Way in Australia, but not in Melbourne, so fingers crossed for that. Yeah. Yeah, so it could happen. He could pull out these gems in sound checks. It's the best. It's quiet. You're in this big, big place. There's like 100 people, 150 people that get ushered in. You're in this big ass arena, not a soul in it. And you're just, eyes are on the stage and you're just watching. And it's so intimate. It is the best. We did. Exactly. You got temporary. We got flaming pie. I mean, you can't go wrong either way. You really can't. Good stuff. James says, Temporary Secretary is the only song I've heard Paul debut on its first outing back in 2015. Yeah, it's really cool when he brought that back into the whole set. That's what I wanted to talk about. I got off tangent here. The Beatles email promotions this week, pushing the Shea stuff. Did you see all the Shea material? My God, tempting. I'm going to hold off, though. But that Beatles, Shea, Mets, pinup jersey, that looks tempting. That looks tempting. I think I'm going to grab that. Some of the other shirts are, Caitlin, I'm sure, has her hooks. She might get some of that Beatles Shea merch. If you do, let me know which one you get. Of course, everybody wants like Shea Stadium released as the concert or as a documentary or the live stuff, and it'll be great. But it's nice to see them, celebrating 60 years of that. I knew you would ask. No, damn, you're right. And as Mets fans, as the MVP and we both are. That should be Mets colors, baby. That looks too Yankee-ish. Sorry, all of you Yankee fans out there, which I think James Martinez is. No skanky colors. That jersey needs to be Mets. Let's go, Mets. F-A-N. Those of you that know. But yeah, that jersey looks really sweet. That's right, baby. That's right. And they're having a good year. I'm going to be honest here. We're not going to go into a sports podcast here, but I like the Mets. I just don't follow them day to day. They're having a good season. They'll play well. Last year they had a great run. September kicks around, they'll be good. I'll be tuned in a little bit, but I knew he was a Skank fan. Freaking, I brought all respect to Yankees, though. I mean, that organization from George Steinbrenner back in the day ran professionally as a team should be. Major respect for them. We're just Mets people, okay? Yeah, it's just more. It is nice though. I knew Caitlin was going to ask. I knew she would, but I might get that. But I might wait till. Let's wait. We'll wait a while. And I think the stuff starts shipping in late September, so we can wait on that. We can wait for that. I know. Well, you're our hoops guru, Brad, here on the Sunday show. It is. We'll see, though. We will see. So, having covered everything on the agenda, I think it's time to pivot and work our way to Sunday trivia. For sure. MVP, can you do me a solid? I need an assistance here. I need you to grab a book for me. This is the winner. You're just in time for trivia, Joan.
Hey, hi, Joan.
I need you to grab me that book right there. The first book on the bottom left. Please. Thank you. This is the prize this week. I have two of them. Thank you. Hi, Joan. You are just in time for trivia. Yes. And Ted, our friend Ted on Discord, he just bought tickets for Hot Sound in Vegas. So we got another member of the fam going. Yahoo! Joan says hi. To you. Okay. Trivia, 20 questions, mostly all Paul related. I think I got one or two Beatles questions early. The rest are all Paul related. The prize this week, okay? And if you win and you have the copy already, pay it forward to give it to somebody else. I have two copies of this book, so this is the prize this week. If you win trivia this week, you will be the proud owner of Bruce Spizer's The Beatles Are Coming. I have two copies of this, so happy to part with one. So if you win, you will get The Beatles Are Coming by Bruce, paperback edition. Great book. Bruce's books, if you know, are always well detailed, loaded with photographs, labels, variations, printing, where the record came from, Jacksonville, Florida, Pittsburgh, the whole nine. So they're nice. I've had them forever. Somehow I ended up with two copies of this. So if you win today, you will get this book and we'll just figure it out, with emails and addresses and all that stuff. And we will take care of it from there. So he couldn't wait till November. So Vegas, here I come. Awesome, Ted. I am so happy for you. Maybe we'll be on the same flight going out. I'm leaving on Friday and coming back on Sunday. Yeah, absolutely. If I win, okay. All right. Thank you, James. Well, of course, you can always go back to the legacy books. Absolutely. So, 45 minutes in, let us begin trivia. Hello, Block. Some reminders with Triv. Here's the deal. The first answer submitted in the comments is the correct answer. Okay, we made that change a few weeks ago. It's just fair. I got to get my pen and paper down to keep track of the points. Okay, let's go with a fresh sheet here. Notes, notes, notes. Questions that have multi-answers have to be submitted as one comment. Okay, that too has to happen. If it's a 3 or 4 part answer, you got to have it all in one comment. Those are the ground rules. Capiche? All right, let's do it. The Sunday trivia here on the 3rd of August, 2025, before the fest. Question number 1. In tribute to the recently departed Ozzy Osbourne, this first question is regarding him. What Beatles song did Ozzy Osbourne say influenced him to become a musician? What song did Ozzy Osbourne credit as being the influence to becoming a musician? And listen, we in the Nichols house, we absorbed the Osbournes back in the day. We loved watching that show. Hysterical. Caitlin is on the board. She loves you. Boom. Caitlin, 1 point. Caitlin, you're on the board. Yes, Ozzy cites She Loves You as the song that influenced him. Mike, also correct. Block, also correct. Ryan, you got it. Susan got it. No, Joe, not all my lovin'. And I love his story about what they did for him. And it's a well-told quote. He says, the arrival of the Beatles was like going to sleep in a black and white world and waking up in color. I love that. I love that explanation for Ozzy. And his love of the Beatles was just amazing, considering the guy just was a dark, into dark music, but what a loving and peaceful guy. Oh, hysterical. One of the best reality shows ever. So funny. And of course, like most of us, I've probably been diving back into watching some of that with his passing the past week. I mean, absolutely just a genuine man. And when Ozzy met Paul in 2001, there's a great video of the two of them meeting, and Ozzy is just totally in that awestruck moment of meeting him. God, and I think Paul was in a different place back then. I think he was just like, hey, it was funny though. He goes, oh, don't let this guy in. And Ozzy is just totally awestruck of meeting Paul. Loved it. Yes, you are. You're in. You're on the board, girl. It was. Oh, oh, my mom, she watched it too. And again, we were not listening to Black Sabbath in our house. Okay, the Osbournes made that kind of music much more accessible. It did. Get this dog. Get it in the pool. The dog's pissing on the carpets. Oh my God, it was so funny. It's a terrorist. It's part of Bin Laden's gang. Get it out of here, Sharon. Funny. So yeah, I figured the first question we could do a little bit of a nod and a tribute to Ozzy, because he was such a big Beatles and Paul fan. There's that great clip too when he's got a stack of CDs in his house, and what do you see? You see Wingspan and you see Pipes of Peace on Ozzy Osbourne's like kitchen table. Like, how cool is that? And I think you're right here. Paul was married to Heather, so yeah, he was in a different vibe. Exactly. I think there was that. Of course, that was kind of what Paul was into at the time. He was very nice, but it was a very quick professional meetup. But I love the Osbournes, especially the first 2 seasons. Hysterical. So yes, She Loves You was the correct answer. Question number 2 is, what name did John and Paul perform under at the Fox and Hounds pub in 1960? What name did they go under the Fox and Hounds pub in 1960? This is an easy one. Brad's got it. Brad. Correct. The Nurk Twins is the correct answer. Yes. The Nurk Twins. Again, first one in is the correct answer. Caitlin and Brad, 1 point each, but we'll let it and see who gets it right. Joan got it too. Joan got it. James got it. I know that's what Susan met. Nothing funnier than oh, and he's like this. Yes, Jack. Yeah. Nurk twins is the correct answer. Yes, Joan, that's it. It is the Nurk twins. Yes, just the two of them together in 1960. Caitlin and Brad with 1 point each. Okay. Moving on. Question number 3. What is the Beatles' only song to contain the word whim? What is the only Beatles song to contain the word whim? What do we got? This is an easy one, says the guy who thought of the question. I bet you Caitlin's going to get this. Come on now. You can't hear it in your head? Oh, come on. This is easy. Come on, Dad. I know you know this. Around that time, good thing they didn't say Nuke twins. Ah, there you go. James Boyce, Babies in Black, is the correct answer. 1. And though it's only a whim, she thinks of him. Yes, the correct answer is Babies in Black. Wow. I would have bet anything you would have got that question right. All right. Okay. Yes. Tom Frangione should use that one for trivia this week, or name that tune in Chicago. I always forget who does trivia, Wally or Tom. I think Tom does name that tune. Yeah. Thank you. Yes, Babies in Black. Okay. Next question. Okay. From here on out, the questions are all solo Paul related. Those were 3 Beatle ones, cookies to kind of warm us up here, get the cobwebs sucking off, and dive into some hardcore solo Macca here. Okay. Who was the lead guitarist on Another Day? Who was the lead guitarist on Another Day? Wally does trivia in Chicago. Thank you, Mike. Thank you. No. Good guess. James Martinez. Ding, 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 ding. David Spinoza. Is the correct answer. 1. Spinoza. Correct. Yeah, either Hugh or Dave. Slash. What? Okay, so we've got 4 people with 1 point each. 4 questions in. Next question. What future member of Wings worked on Billy Joel's debut album, Cold Spring Harbor? Forgot about this the other night until I saw it. What future member of Wings worked on Billy Joel's debut? There you go. James Boyce. Sywell, yes. Denny Sywell, indeed. He's out. Okay. Yeah. Denny Sywell played drums on Cold Spring Harbor. Oh, you did? Okay. Now, first one. James Boyce got it. For every question, I'm going to say, I knew that, but I just couldn't. That's fine too. You can say that. You can say, I knew it. I just couldn't get my fingers on there. Go on a computer. It's quicker. Yeah. We interviewed Denny Sywell back in 2022 when they had that kind of Ram at 50 celebration that he did with Fernando Perdomo. It was a great interview. And I've met Denny at 1 or 2 fests, got a signed copy of Wildlife. Great guy. Kind of did a drum demonstration thing with Ram. That was in the way back pre Andy Two Legs days, but I got to meet him at a fest. Nice guy. Good dude. Okay. Next question. Who orchestrated the track Dear Friend from the Wildlife album? Who did the orchestration on Dear Friend from Wildlife? I'll give you another cookie on this one. He also did the orchestration on The Long and Winding Road, too. The Beatles song. Oh, yeah. Voice strikes again. Richard Hewson. Correct. Well, we have our early dark horse. Not so much a dark horse, but he's out in the run. He's out with 3 here in the early going. The correct answer is Richard Hewson, who Paul brought back in despite orchestrating The Long and Winding Road and had him do the strings. Well, there's that version on the archive box set. It's called Dear Friend Orchestra Up. That's actually a better version of the song. Good guess. No, you think he would bring Phil Spector back in again after that, Caitlin? No way. Yeah. Might be a tough one. Yeah, they're all Googling right now. See that? Yeah. I'm not done with coffee. Good excuse. That's fine too. I'm on like my 4th cup already. I'm on my 4th cup. This nice Paul cassette one. I love this one. That's fine. I'm probably gonna have another one. Oh, okay. Hard to tell. Hard to tell sometimes. I'm like, she didn't really mean Spectre. Again, words on a screen get lost. But okay, fair enough. Next question. Okay. If you were on the Discord listening party for Red Rose Speedway this past week, you will know this answer because we talked about it and everybody on there did not know this. So I am expecting somebody in the Two Legs Discord Patreon community to probably get this or not. So you should know where I'm going with this because you were there. What mistake does Paul say during the song, Get on the Right Thing? He says something. What does he say? What does he say during Get on the Right Thing? Let's see. Crickets. All right. You know what? I'm giving it to her because she is such a Two Legs loyalist and friend. The line is my plug fell out. But that's what she said. So you know what? Lynn, you, my dear friend, are on the board. My plug fell out. Yes. Steve, you got it. That it came out. Yes. There you go. Exactly. My plug came out. And they just left it in. Yes. Oh. Try a little love. You can't go wrong. Oh, bad. Bad. Oh, son. You're on the board. Officially. You got it. Susan, you knew that though, right? After learning it? Or was that what you might have been off the call at that point? I know you came back on later. Perhaps. Okay. Next question. The unreleased track, Proud Mum, was recorded in Nashville in 1974 by Wings. Why was it recorded? What was the purpose going to be for that? If you read your legacy book, this is discussed a lot in volume 2. Think about it now. Legacy. So I told you we were going hardcore Macca now. That's it. Steve. Steve is on the board. It was going to be for a commercial for bread. Don't ask me what kind of bread. I'd have to go back into the book and look, but it was for I forget the brand. Boyan probably knows, or Joan. Yes. It was going to be for bread. You Googled it. Mother's Pride. It was for Mother's Pride bread. Thank you. Yes. Steve, on the board. We got some first timers on the board today with Caitlin and Steve. I love it. Mother's Pride bread. But I would have taken just bread because I wasn't looking that up. I just knew it was for bread. And it was it's a British thing. All correct, but Steve Sandman got it right first. Very good. Next question. And these songs, listen to me, songs. These questions are going chronologically. Okay, they're not. I'm not going to jump all over the place. Come from 70s to 80s to 90s to 2000s. These songs are going in chronological order, so to speak. What song recorded during the one-hand clapping sessions eventually ended up as a B-side years later? What song recorded during the one-hand clapping sessions eventually ended up as a B-side years later? James Boyce. Ding, 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 ding. 4. Correct answer. I'll give you a ring. I'll give you a ring. Caitlin got it right. Block You Bear got it right. Give you a ring. That is the correct answer. Steve, that's also a correct choice too. But the song I was thinking of was I'll Give You a Ring. But that's also a correct answer. So, you know what? Because I am a friendly guy, I am going to give you the point. Steve, because that's actually very accurate. It was the B-side to the live version of Maybe I'm Amazed. I was thinking I'll Give You a Ring, but it was done during there, and it was a B-side. So we're going to give the rare two people got it because there was 2 acceptable right answers for that. So, Steve, you've got 2. So our leaders right now are James Boyce with 4 and Steve with 2. Everybody else is 1 each. Lynn, James Martinez, Brad, and Caitlin with 1. Yeah, you got to. Right, Boyo? Because it's true. It is true. And that was not the song I was thinking of, but it was correct. All right. Moving on. Okay. Who provided a brass arrangement in the song Warm and Beautiful? Worked with Paul and Wings on a lot of material on this album. And it's somebody that was referenced a lot in the Legacy book. An Irish lad. Very Irish sounding name. Let's see. As you all Google, tisk tisk. Yes, exactly. Maybe Joan? Anybody? People that have read the Legacy book? We'll give it another 30 seconds and we'll move on. I said it was going to be hardcore. Tough one. No. 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 Oh. Okay. All right. Again with the slash. No. Bono. All right. I will give everybody another 30 seconds. If I don't see an answer, I will type it in. No. Nope. 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 Bob Geldof. Oh, we're just grasping at strings here now. Okay. Brad. Even if you Googled it, it's fine. That's the right answer. Fiatra Trench. And I don't know if I said that right, but yes, that's who did it. It is a weird name. Fiatra Trench did a lot of the work on Wings at the Speed of Sound with the arrangements. And then he did the work on Warm and Beautiful. So yes, Fiatra Trench is the right answer. Yes, Caitlin got it, but Brad got that first. So that is the correct answer. Yes. Yes, Joan. 2. So there we go. That was the correct answer. Next question. You were. Next question. Okay. What brand of bass guitar did Paul use on Wings' 1979 UK tour? Fiatra U2. Okay. He's Irish, the gentleman. What kind of bass did Paul use? Boyo is on the board. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. The Yamaha winner, which is seen on the cover of Legacy 2. Don't fall, don't drop. Here we go. Stay. The Yamaha. There you go, baby. Damn. Good one. I was even at the model. I just needed them. I didn't need all that, but you got it. Boyan is on the board. I love it. I think for the first time ever, well, see, he helps produce the damn show. So we kind of sometimes we exchange messages and ideas for questions. So, but I think I answered before. No, if I'm looking at the comments, I see Boyan Archer, Yamaha, and I see James Boyce, Yamaha. So, yep. Although he didn't give me that he didn't suggest that question. I came up with that one on my own. Yes, the Yamaha. But yeah, James, yeah, I see Boyan and then you. And you got 4 points. Okay. According to the drummer, Steve Holley, what song did McCartney write as a challenge over a weekend? No, Caitlin. What song did Paul write as a challenge over the weekend? If you know the story. There you go. James Boyce, Daytime, Nighttime Suffering. Oof. He's determined now. That was the classic story where he told everybody, write a song over the weekend, bring it back, and the best one is the one we'll do. Guess who wrote the best song? Paul. Shocker. Correct answer is Daytime, Nighttime Suffering, which, is hysterical that it's a B-side. No, not Picasso's Last Words. Daytime, Nighttime Suffering is the correct answer. Yes, James, you got it. Yes, Joan, you got that as well. Right. That is yeah. Picasso's Last Words was Dustin Hoffman. Yep. Very good. Oh, Steve also got it too, but James Boyce got it. So James, you're edging out to be the likely winner here today. If nobody else goes on a tear and catches up, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more questions. If you end up winning, you said donate the book, or you'll send it to somebody else. Let me know what you meant by that, because you are leading the pack with 5 points right now. Speaking of bases, I'll have to send you the really recent quality pictures of Paul's bass I sent in John and Nick. Oh, cool. So yeah, send them over. You're selling all your Paul stuff and becoming a Milli Vanilli fan instead. Oh, please. Yeah, I'd love to see those, Boyle. Send them over. Send them over, son. Next question. Okay. Musical-based one. What single reed instrument plays throughout the song Did We Meet Somewhere Before? The unreleased Wings track from 1978 that featured very briefly at the beginning of the Ramones' Rock and Roll High School film. What instrument do we hear throughout that whole song? There we go. Susan Gagney is first with the right answer. Clarinet is the right answer. Very good. It is a clarinet. Susan G, after a few week absence here on the Sunday Live, is on the board. Absolutely. Oh, you just sent it. I'll look later. Thank you, buddy. Good guess on oboe, but it is a clarinet. Yes, it is a clarinet. Indeed. Very good. Next question. Okay. In what month and year was Paul knighted by Queen Elizabeth II? Month and year in one answer, please. Month and year. It's Sunday, Joan. It's okay. It's a day off. Oh, so close, boyo. So close. No. 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 Brad, right answer, March of 1997. Brad's got 3. Initially, I thought it was May of 97 because I'm thinking Flaming Pie. He was knighted, I believe, on the 11th of March in 1997. Yes. Nope. We got answers all running the gamut. 96, 2012, 2003, February of 99. Boyan, without looking it up, I would have said that too, but it was the actually 11th of March by the Queen. Yes. Yes. Yes, indeed. Okay. You know what? Half a point then for you. Lynn, one and a half. Look, see? I just gave you 1.5. There you are. See? Because you are such a two-leg supporter. Half a point for that. Okay, so Brad's got 3. Yes. That's why. Flaming Pie, it all kind of is. And when you watch the World Tonight documentary, they have footage of him getting knighted. So it all kind of blends together a little bit, right? But yes, that's why. All right. So Brad, it's really kind of right now down to Brad and James, 5-3, with our man Steve Sandman with 2, and everybody else with 1, and with Lynn with 1.5. Yes, it was. Okay. This next question, I am giving a big thank you to our friend Joan because she helped me out with this because it's going to be part of our presentation for Chaos in Chicago in a week's time. What is the name of the instrument used on the solo in Jenny Wren and also featured on a Chaos B-side? What is the name of the instrument used on the solo in Jenny Wren and also featured on a Chaos B-side? And I'm not telling you that B-side because it's part of a question later. What is that instrument called? Okay. James Boyce. Chris Talbot. Ooh, you're on the Sunday Live too. Very cool. James Boyce, firing on all cylinders. I'm going to say this word, and if I've said it wrong, somebody tell me. A dudek. Dudek, I don't know. And Joan hit me. I was putting it together, the presentation, and Joan had suggested this little bit to add to it. So I've worked this into the presentation. You've only just joined. Okay, well, welcome. Yeah, it is an Armenian instrument, and it's called a duduk, I think. Of course you did. Lordy. Dudek, where's my car? So James says he thinks it's dodek. Okay, a dodek. Somebody will correct me, I'm sure, once we make that presentation. Instrument, a really cool piece. A nice little bit of little trivia just to kind of put in there. But yeah, 6 points. I may or may not have had a preview of Andy's presentation last night. Maybe you did. I was thinking of English tea. Okay. All right. Okay. Continuing the chaos theme. Okay. Now, Boyo, feel inclined to answer this one or not, because we were talking chaos earlier this morning. Okay. But fair game. Name all the assorted Chaos and Creation B-sides and extra CD tracks. There's 5 of them. Duk is the pronunciation. Thank you, Joan. Do or do? We'll get to that in a couple days' time. What are the all the extra CD singles, B-side tracks that are available? Okay, there's 5. Now you got to have them in one answer. You got to have them in one answer. Okay, fair enough. But you could help. You could help people in the comments if you want. All right, we'll get to the pronunciation later. I can't speak the text on the screen and translate it. There's 5 tracks that are available on B-sides, CD singles, foreign versions. Well, that should tell you that's a trick. That's a trick because there's one song there. Come on to focus now. Come on now. Come on back. There we go. 5 tracks. And I mean, the Chaos B-sides are just phenomenal. Between that and all the ones on new, God, it was just amazing material that it was available. What tracks are there out there? Yeah. Yep. Oh, because Joan saw it too. Yeah. Yeah. Some questions this week were very Chaos inspired because I've spent about 10 hours working on the presentation for Chicago. So these questions and all this material is kind of fresh in my head. Okay. One, two, three, four. Nope. James, you're missing one, buddy. You're missing one song. Summer of '59 is such a good song, though. So is This Loving. All of them. They're all good. They're all good. They could have been on the album, I think, really. Think about it now. There we go. There we go. Well, actually would be 6 then. Correct. 1, 2, 3. No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's actually 6. It's 6 songs, not 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's 6. They're all in the right. I see them all now in the comments, but yeah. Yep. Think about it's 6 songs, including the Japanese bonus track. Okay. So it's 5, but if you include the Japanese bonus track, it's 6. Oh, Jesus. No. No. Let's see if somebody tries it again. If nobody chimes in, I might give it to Chris, maybe. We'll see. Huh. Summer of '59, I was 3. He really is. All right. I think we might. Yeah, we'll give it to Chris. We're going to give it to Chris. Okay, Chris, you're on the board, my friend. Chris Talbot. Okay. It's tricky, this. Okay. So it's I Want You to Fly, Growing Up, Falling Down, Comfort of Love, She Is So Beautiful, This Loving Game, and also The Summer of '59 as well. That's it. Thank you, James. So it's really 6 when you think about it. So a little bit of a tricky one. That was tough because She Is So Beautiful is only available in the Japanese version of Chaos. So that is why that's happened. This blurring is annoying me, but I'll move on. Okay, you're on the board there, Chris. Okay, we've got just 1, 2, 3, 4 questions left. So if Brad makes makes an attempt here, he could, at least, well, James has got 6 and Brad's got 3. So you'd have to run the table here. Okay. Now, Boyo, if you're still awake, now we're back in focus. Thank God. It was pissing me off. This is a question that Boyo and I collaborated on this morning or late at night where he is right now. This is a tricky one. Okay. And Joan, we talked about this too. Because Joan, I think you inspired this one, I think, for a trivia question. What are the studio canon albums that do not have Paul listed as a producer or a co-producer on them? What are they? What are they? We're looking for 6, not 5. Forget that 5. We are looking for 6 album titles, okay? Not as a producer or a co-producer. We're looking on the main albums. We're not doing Fireman. We're not doing the classical stuff. The main albums. There are 6 albums where he was not listed as a producer or a co-producer on them. What were they? Just going to edit that real quick. 6. Should be 6. What were they? In I Beatle for a living. This is McCartney. This is a solo Paul McCartney podcast, Caitlin. So this is where the hardcore stuff comes in. Where's the McCartney hour on the channel? Like Laura does with Dark Horse. Where's the Paul hour? Well, these are the kind of messages that we Paul freaks will just message and talk about and geek over in our spare time. Okay. I figured that. I figured there was a MPL thing there that would not allow it, because I'm sure it was. Nope. Right now, James Boyce is the closest, but he is not 100% correct. Nope. 6 albums. 3, I think, are very easy. Even 4 are very easy. Nope. Turn off all alarms. Types of beasts. Press to play. No. No. Driving Rain was co-produced with David Kahn. Now, it could be tricky, this, because depending on how you read the credits, as we learned with one of the albums, 5 of them are surefire bets, But the last one, as we talked about this morning, depending on what version you have and what you're reading, it could be interpreted that way a little bit differently. That's the thing. But if you look at the credits of every song on this one particular album, he's not listed as a producer on any of the tracks. Yet, if you look in the overall credits, he's listed as an executive producer on this album. And we felt, okay, he's not listed as a producer on any song, so that's the one it should be on. There you go. So this, unless somebody, I'm going to give about another 30 seconds on this one, and then I might award we might just bypass this one because nobody actually got it correct. I'll give everybody another 30 seconds and we'll move on. No. Co-produced with Chris Thomas. And we're not counting Kisses. Main canon. Okay, so we're good. Oh, here's the answer. Here's what we came up with, okay? 3 are easy. The George Martin trio of produced albums in the 1980s, Tug of War, Pipes of Peace, and Broad Street, bear George Martin's name only on there as production, not Paul. That's easy, okay? We don't on Two Legs here, we generally don't count Kisses when we're talking Paul's main counted albums because it was mostly a covers album with a cup with 2 originals on it. So we don't count Kisses here on Two Legs. The other 3, Chaos and Creation in the Backyard, okay, produced by Nigel Godrich. Memory Almost Full, solely produced by David Kahn. And New, the album I was just talking about where you had to look at the liner notes and double check. It's New. If you look at the liner notes of New, he is listed as an executive producer of the album, but if you look at the credits on every song, he's not credited at all as a producer on any of those tracks. And that's, Ethan Johns and all those, and Epworth and all those people, that who's credited on all those songs. Hello, Neil. Welcome to Andy's Sunday Live show here, where we're talking deep dive Macca stuff every other week. He did. The question was, what albums don't have Paul's name associated as a producer or a co-producer? Nigel produced Chaos. That's correct. So New is the 6th album. But if you look at the liner notes, it says executive producer. So it's a tricky one. I said the 80s ones are easy because that was all George Martin. Memory Almost Full was totally David Kahn. Driving Rain, the first relationship, that album that those 2 worked on together, was co-produced. You were very close. You were very close. That's why I said you were the closest one that had them all there. But yeah, but Driving Rain was a co-produced record. So that's good. So no points awarded to that one. All right, Boyo, we tried. All right, man. We're almost done here. We got a couple more questions here, and then we're going to wrap it up as well, too. We've got 3 more, I think, left. Yeah, we've got 3 left, and I think they're pretty easy as well. So looks like Mr. Boyce is going to be our winner, and then we'll figure out who's going to get the book before we wrap up. Okay? He was getting closer to your heart. Here we go. What historic venue in New York did Paul play in December of 2010? I, at the time, was living in Liverpool, so I couldn't go to this show, but I had friends that went to it, and damn, that was pretty cool, pretty special. What historic New York City venue did Paul play in December of 2010? What venue? What venue did Paul play at? I remember thinking, damn, no, James Boyce. And I think with that, he is now cemented. He is the winner this week. 7 points. It is the Apollo Theater in Harlem. Yes, Caitlin. Yep. Hello, Stan, star. New person. Ed Sullivan Theater. No, the Apollo. The Apollo Theater, which I believe was the first American performance of Wonderful Christmas Time on American soil. That was the very first time, because if you recall, Paul did an appearance on SNL around that time, and he played Wonderful Christmas Time. So that was the first time on American soil that Wonderful Christmas Time was played at the Apollo in December of 2010. That was really cool to get its American debut at the Apollo. Very cool. You saw the Hammersmith Apollo a few days later. Yep. Hitchhike. Yep. Great gig. Let's move ahead since we got that. Okay, these are 2 kind of easy cookie ones to close out Sunday trivia. What video game was the song Hope for the Future composed for? What video game was the song Hope for the Future composed for? Saw him in San Francisco in 2010. Cool, Maureen. Indoors or outdoors? There. Up. James got it in quicker. 8. Destiny. The video game was Destiny, and it was a standalone single release in 2014 with a 12-inch maxi single with some remixes on the back. No, I didn't. When I saw him in 2016, it had already been dropped. I wish I had. I know he felt a little bit dejected by the reception to that, but I always enjoyed that song. Yeah, for the video game Destiny. So the onslaught continues. But Susan, you got it right. And Star San. Yep. Okay. Okay. Now, this is an easy one because I just said the name. So, I haven't played it either. I just know it was in there. He needs to play Hope for the Future. You need it. Would be nice to hear that song. It would. Here we go. Last question. Who co-produced 2 of Paul's albums in the 2000s? Okay. So he was a producer or co-produced 2 Paul albums in the early aughts. What is that man's name? Just said it a few minutes ago. No. There you go. Stan Star on the board. David Kahn. Correct. All right. Well, welcome to the Sunday live show. David Kahn is the correct answer. Well, James, you could have afforded to give this one up because you already had the win. Nope. Nigel was just chaos, Susan. So that's it. So James, you have won again. What do you want to do with the book? You have it. You don't need it. What do you want to do? Tell me what you'd like to do with the book before we wrap it up. My typing was lagging. You have won the book. Are you taking it? Do you want me to mail it to you? Am I giving it away to somebody else? You tell me what you want. Thank you, Chris. Thank you very much. Oh, you don't have it. Oh, okay, great. Okay, great. Then yes, we'll send me your details and myself with the MVP will mail it to you. Yeah, totally fine mailing it to the UK. Absolutely. Or maybe what I'll do is I'll give it to Beatley Tone in Chicago and he can bring it back to the UK and maybe I'll have him mail it to you because you might get it quicker then if you're fine with that. Maybe I'll do that if he's willing. If not, I'll mail it to you. No problem. You don't have it. Okay, great. Then you will get this book, sir. Yes, the collaborating team of, okay, I'll talk to Tony and we'll figure it out. And if you don't mind waiting a week or so, now you need to wear the London Town. Well, that's a whole other thing. I've got 5 shows to go to, right? So what shows am I going to wear when I'm like in the second row and he can see me and say, look, I got this shirt on. I'm thinking I am going to wear the London Town shirt at one of those shows. Here it is, man. Like I am going to, and I have 2. I have the album one and I have that alternative one that James was telling me about. It's all blue. I'll have that one on at the fest. Yeah. Well, I can't do AI to stop people from doing it. So, but I will. Oh, I am going to wear London Town at one of those shows for sure. Googler's disqualified. Yeah, I just mailed some to the UK a while back. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah, whatever's easier for sure. So yeah, that's going to wrap up another Sunday live show today here. Last one before the fest. And I'll do another one in about 2 weeks time. So once we get back from the fest, wrap up. My next live show will be on the 17th of August because next weekend we'll be in Chicago. So it's good to take a week off. We will definitely be live at some point next weekend. We'll have our show recorded and posted, but we will go live with the Two Legs family at the fest, probably on Saturday night. Join us in the comments. We'll kind of, like we've done at Paul gigs and stuff, but Tom and I will be together. So, and everybody, the fam, except our son Boyan, who will be there with us in spirit. But we'll have him included, but we'll all be there. The entire fam will be there, and we hope we'll take you with us virtually, probably on Saturday night, and we'll chat for an hour, we'll pass the phone around and talk to everybody, set it up, and kind of bring you with us to the fest on Saturday night. So look forward for that. Thank you guys. Maybe he'll get the hint. Maybe. Thank you very much. Thank you, Block You Bear, and same to you. No satisfaction in cheating. That's it. Yes. Talk to you soon, Dad. Thanks for being here today. Thank you. Caitlin, thank you for being here today and hanging on for the Sunday live show. Always great chatting with you on air or off the air. So thank you. Thank you, James Byers. Yeah, well, maybe one slice because I can't eat that much these days, but maybe a little bit. Thank you. Your comments were off the charts today. Funny. Thank you. And we will give everybody your love, Caitlin. Absolutely. You will be there in spirit, my friend. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, James. Thank you, Lynn. Yes. Bring on the pinnacle, baby. That's it. Bring on the pinnacle. You got it. So, yep, time for lunch. Everybody out there, enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy your family. Enjoy the poll. Enjoy the music, whatever album you're into. Enjoy it all. It's a great time to be a Beatles and Paul person. Always. Love being here with you all every other Sunday. Can't wait to see you all. That'll be in Chicago. And at the Paul show is down the road. Ted, I'm so happy you're going to Vegas. Let's go Mets as well. Heaven on a Sunday. Enjoy everything you do. Family, friends, food, music. Take care. God bless. And we'll see you soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.